Welcome to ConvoCourses podcast. I do this usually once per week on Saturdays. And today I only have one topic I really want to talk about. Something happened at work. I got a really good job. I've been really blessed to have a really good position. Landed with a major company and everything, and it's from years of working in this field and everything. It pays really good. I work from home, and a lot of what I teach on ConvoCourses.com was what allowed me to get this great position. But what I wanted to talk about is recently they had some cuts at my job, and it just got me thinking about, I wasn't really worried about it. And the reason why is the subject of this particular podcast. So 2 people got laid off, and they've got 2 months to find a new job. The reason why, and my supervisor called me and said, "Hey, Bruce, just letting you know, we had to let a couple guys go." They take it very seriously and everything, and every person seems valued in the company. So it's a really good company. I like how they reach out to each of us, and they want to make sure everybody's good. They gave these guys 2 months to find a job, which is, I hadn't heard anything like that. I've heard as much as a month, but so it's not a bad company. And they said, "Bruce, just to let you know, we had to let 2 people go. We're not going to let you know their names. We don't want to put their business out in the street. We just wanted you to know, listen, this is what's happening. They just had to they did an audit, and they figured out that there's money being wasted on these 2 people or whatever, right? So that was the reason. It wasn't like layoffs I don't believe it was due to COVID-19, but I'm not totally sure. But when he said this, I personally wasn't worried about losing my job. And the reason why is because I have more than one income stream. And this is something the more I know about, the more information, the more experience I have in this field, the more I realize it's super important to not just be an employee. Now, this is coming from somebody who has made my entire living off of being an employee. Most of my living off being an employee. So I'm not trying to talk bad about being an employee. I don't think it's wrong or anything. Here's my resume up here. It's still on LinkedIn. It's live. What I want to just tell you is that a lot of folks who watch me are looking for jobs and stuff, and that's fine to get a job. I mean, that's great and everything, and I'm going to continue to show how to get a job and how to do interviews and how, all that kind of good stuff, how to do resumes for cybersecurity, all that stuff. But what I want you to think about, if you haven't already, is to think about another type of income, another stream of income. I'm not telling you necessarily to get 2 jobs, although if you want to, you can. There's other options for you. And what I've learned is that there's more stability if you have more than one income stream of more than one type of income, if that makes any sense. When I say type of income, you've got employee income, which is, of course, you already know, it's an active income. You're trading dollars for hours or dollars for commissions, or you work for a company and, you got to go through HR department and all that kind of stuff. And that's fine. But there's other kinds of income streams. There's passive income streams, and those are like investment incomes, and then you've got business incomes. So let me explain each one. So investment income would be like if you had a real estate. Like you had a real estate property and you invested your money into real estate, and then somebody's renting off of you, and then you're getting income. Or stock dividends is another one. Like if you got a bunch of stocks, not necessarily 401k, that's different. I'm talking about you bought stocks and that stock pays you a dividend each month. That's investment income, right? And then you've got another kind of passive income, which is business. And business income is obviously you run a business, and then your business makes you some kind of income. Another kind of income is like an active income where you're you own the business and you're doing the business, and that's fine too. I just want you guys to think about creating other kinds of income, either a business that you run on the side. You're trading dollars for hours, but you have a whole separate income. It doesn't have to be that much. It doesn't have to be thousands of dollars, even a few $100s to start, and then start building it up and building it up. Think about investing in stock dividends. Now, I'm not a financial advisor. You definitely need to do your homework on stock dividends and cryptocurrency or anything else that you do. Don't take my word for it. It's very complex, and you don't want to invest any money that you can't afford to lose. Another thing is creating a business, and that's another form of income. The reason why I think it's really important for you guys to think about this, really, really consider it, is that corporate life is not stable. It's not super stable. I've been doing this for outside the military. I've been doing this since 2003, and I've worked for Northrop Grumman. I worked for SAIC. I worked for a whole bunch of Fortune 1000 global security companies. I've worked in the private sector. I've worked as a contractor. I worked in I was in the military for 8 years. So I was a public servant. So I've done all these different jobs. And one thing that I've noticed is that we have to do for ourselves. When I say we, I mean you and I, the workers. Nobody's going to do it for us. You can't rely on any private organization. You can't rely on the government. You can't rely on anyone outside of you. You need to really consider having a separate stream of income, because we don't live in 1950s and 1940s anymore. Factories don't guarantee you a pension anymore. Now we're on this 401k thing. It's like not being taught in schools, but things have really changed for us, everyone, for the Western world, specifically America. You can't live on one income anymore. And then even just having one type of income is not super safe. The most stable thing you can do for your career, and you can use your IT skills, and I'm gonna tell you a few examples that I've used that you can also do. Okay, so stand by. If you have any questions, feel free. This is live, so feel free to ask me any questions about this. And you'll see where I'm going with this in a minute. This economy is not stable anymore. It doesn't matter who's elected. It doesn't matter who's in office. None of that. For the sake of your household income, you got to do for yourself. So what I'm telling you to do, what has worked for me, is that rather than just relying on one income from my job, which pays really good, it's a great company. Actually, I like the culture, everything. But I don't rely on them for the livelihood of me and my family. You know what I mean? You have to have another stream of income. And the more streams of income you have, the better. And the less time you have to spend on those streams of income, the better. In the beginning, it's hard work. It's really, really hard work. I mean, it's always going to be hard work. But in the beginning, it's like if you've ever worked out in the gym. The first time you start working out in the gym, it's hard. The discipline, the self-discipline you need to actually get in there and feel that lactic acid hitting your muscles. It hurts. It sucks. In the military, they push you through it, right? They just push you right through it. They just force you to keep going, keep running, until you build up a tolerance for the pain. Self-discipline really matters when it comes to starting a business, investing, all that kind of stuff. You have to have a long-term strategy on what you want to do. And I would just want to impress upon you to do something other than just being an employee. And if you are an employee already, what you should seriously think about is take a portion of your income and use it to seed another type of income. And and try different things. Don't just try one thing. Try different things. Everything you do is not going to work. And never ever use seed money. Use any money that you can't afford to lose. Like if you have no spare income, you have to pay bills and stuff. I'm not telling you to take a credit card and pull out 80% of your available credit and go, buy some fake stuff off the internet. I'm not even telling you to buy anything from me, okay? What I'm telling you is just consider whether it's being a gig worker or having your spouse do some work on the side or have some other form of income. And the reason why I just want to tell everybody this is because, like I said, I was just this week, my supervisor contacted me and said, we just let 2 people go. And I was thinking about all the other times, all the other companies I worked in. And I was a full-time employee. I was a contractor. You name it. The only place I didn't get laid off, that I didn't see layoffs or anything like that was the military, But the contracting work, I saw layoffs all the time. It's very volatile. Full-time work in private and public sector, you see sometimes they got to cut the force down. They got to make adjustments and stuff. But the thing is, if you have multiple income streams like I do, it's not as big of a deal. And I have so much time to actually go find, and I've got income coming in where I can pay my basic income, my basic bills and stuff, and then go out and get another position somewhere. So just consider it. Now let me just give you a couple things that I did to start expanding. The first time that I thought about doing this was I was working for Northrop Grumman. I had just gotten out of the military, and my wife at the time had to have surgery, and so she was in the hospital, and we had a kid. Things have changed. We've got a divorce. I got a new wife, 2 kids. Long story, right? Not for the content of this particular channel, by the way, but just a side note. So just to show you, this is real. This is real life, I'm telling you. So I was working with Northrop Grumman. I was with my wife. We had a kid. She had to go in the hospital. She was in the hospital. She had we didn't know what was wrong. She was very sick. She couldn't take care of the kids. I had to stay home. I had just gotten hired. And then I asked these guys, I said, hey, guys, like, I just bought a house. Like, they just hired me for, I think it was $45,000 or something like that. And I said, hey, is there a way that I can get paid leave, because I don't know how long my wife's going to be in the hospital. We don't know what's wrong with her. We're trying to figure it out. And they were like, yeah, Bruce, let me see what we got going on. Let me look at the policies. Let me talk to my manager. I was talking to my supervisor. Let me talk to the manager and stuff. We'll see how it goes. They came back to me the next day and said, no, I'm sorry, we can't help you. You just got hired. We can't. The policy states that we can't. You don't have paid leave. You got to take leave without pay. I'm like, I just got a house. I'm willing to work for you guys, but you guys aren't willing to help me out. I'm going to be working with you guys for years. Now, I didn't say all this. I just, being a military guy, I just said, all right. Took the leave without pay and took care of my kid while my wife is in the hospital. Turned out she had a gallbladder. She had her gallbladder removed, and there were complications where they had to look to make sure there was not going to be a pulmonary embolism. That's where you have a blood clot go to your heart or something like that. Anyway, she was in the hospital for about 4 days or something. Right, and at the time, I was living check to check. I wasn't going to get I was going to get a half a check, after being out for like a week and stuff. And I realized you can't rely on a company. I had gone through all the, you go on orientation and talking about the history of Northrop Grumman and how they're going into all these different, launching satellites into space, and you're all excited. You're like, wow, I'm part of this huge project. But turns out you're just a cog. You're just a number, for some of these companies. Not all. Like the one I'm in now, they're really good. But ultimately, their bottom line, especially private organizations, is money. So if you don't fit into that, if you their bottom line's money. They have a fiduciary responsibility to get more income. So if you are in the way of that, you're gone. If if the contract ends, they'll try to keep you sometimes, but more likely, if they can't do it, their first responsibility, the corporation's responsibility is to itself to survive. And that's capitalism. That's what we got set up here, And good, bad, or indifference, that's just the way it is. That being said, I realized, this is dog eat dog. This is serious. I need to find another source of income. And so I started looking online for stuff. And the first thing I did was blogs. I've talked about this on this channel and other channels. I started doing blogs and I started putting stuff out there because I realized you can make, at the time, you can't, not so much anymore, but I had ads on my blog, and then I would put out free information and stuff. And it was making, anywhere from $400 to $800 a month. It did pretty good because I was putting out stuff that nobody else was talking about. It was IT stuff and helping people out. And it did okay for at the time. And it was a nice little chunk of change extra. I didn't need a lot extra. So at first I was thinking about delivering pizzas. That's how bad it was. Northrop Grumman employee thinking about delivering pizzas, just got out of the military. And that was in 2003. It was 17 years ago. No, I mean, that was 9 years ago, right? 9? Man, time is flying. This is crazy. We're in 2020. My God, 2020. Yeah, it was 17. Oh, my God, that was a long time ago. Wow, I'm old. Anyway, so, I mean, that was the first time I really thought about, no, these people are not looking out for me. And the company's obligation is to itself. I got to do for me. I started doing a blog. It made a little cash. And then I started doing other things. I did a local company, a local company I did, and it did okay. I tried different things, and everything wasn't good. The blogs kind of went down as the popularity of social media picked up. The local job I had, the business I started, I had this flaky partner. So you got to try different things. And I kept trying different things. And that's what you got to do too. So social media right now is hot. I would highly recommend starting a YouTube channel. Highly recommend doing Instagram, TikTok, anything you can do to create a brand and then start promoting it. You can sell digital products. You can sell books. These are all things I've done, and each one of them have worked on various degrees, various levels. Bottom line is, do not be without one source of income. For your sake, for your family's sake, try something else. Try other things. Definitely get into IT. Like you're watching me, so obviously you're already in it. This pays pretty good. You can use the money from this to fund whatever other things you want to do, right? Keep your resume out there. Advertise the crap out of your resume. Brand yourself by reaching out, using the tools that I put out for free here, and keep on advertising yourself. Make that money from these corporations, because they're looking for us. They're looking for people like you and me. So do that, but also start side hustles, side income, and do not put all your eggs in one basket is what I'm trying to tell you. It's really important, because I don't see any of this changing. I don't see anything on the horizon for helping out people or trying to help the wealth gap close a bit. I think that this is where this is the direction that capitalism is going to go, where it's just a bigger and bigger gap between very wealthy and very poor, and then the prices of college tuition and real estate hopefully drops. But I just think it's going to keep going up, and we have to do for ourselves. And I hope I'm wrong. I hope that we as a culture can come together and pull it together and make it so it's more equitable. Is that the right word? Like where it's not as, you know what I mean? Like it's not as, all the money's kind of going one place, and all of us are kind of trying to run to keep up as fast as we can. And this is not for me. I'm not trying to be political. I don't, care about your political affiliation or anything. I'm not trying to do that. I'm just saying, and it doesn't even matter what your political affiliation is. I wouldn't judge one way or the other. But what I'm saying is you got to do for yourself and for your family. Okay, so that's it. Now, let me see. I think I had some questions. Let me see if there's anybody who's talking to me here. I'm in the back end of my YouTube channel. If you guys have any questions whatsoever, I am here to talk. And speaking of extra forms of income, I've been reaching out to people who are already in the IT field. I've been reaching out to people in the IT field to see if there's anybody who wants to partner with me on creating content. If you have a YouTube channel, that's perfect. I will promote it. If you have this is about us helping each other out. All right. This is win-win. If you create content, you give it to me, I'll upload it. It's going to help you out because it's going to send my traffic to you. If you have a course or something like that, you give me those courses, those videos, whatever, books, whatever. I will promote it. I could put it on my website. This is win-win for people who watch me, people who watch you, to help one another out. This is the reason I'm reaching out, because I want to help other people. I'm helping myself. I'm helping the students. All of us can win in this. So if you happen to be an IT professional, you happen to have some courses, you happen to have some ideas, you happen to have already went through some IT certifications, that's also good. Hit me up. I'll put my contact information below, and we can discuss something. You know what I mean? Like something either just to help people for free and build your brand, or none of that. Maybe you have some information you want to put out for free. You don't care about the money or anything like that. Or if you're actually an entrepreneur, we can also work something out. I'm not greedy. This is a mutually beneficial. If it's not mutually beneficial, I don't want to do it, to be honest with you. I don't want anyone to do anything with me that they feel like is shady or anything. This is about helping people at the end of the day. When you help more people, the money comes. So that's my, 2 cents on that whole thing. All right, let me see here. Sika says, I want to get into government contracting within a few years. I'm sure how I can help. However, I will definitely support. Not sure. This is somebody trying to partner with me. All right, that's cool. This is serious. So if you're actually going to contact me, I'm not going to waste your time. Don't waste my time. I'm looking for serious people who are trying to make a serious move here. And this train is not stopping. I'm continuously creating content, continuously creating courses. I just got through doing 2 hours of videos on courses. So yeah, if you're serious, please contact me. Jacob said, keep fighting the good fight, Bruce. This is good content, and you're pretty much the only person that I could find giving risk management framework content. Much respect for your efforts. Thank you, sir. Appreciate that. I'm pretty sure there's some other people out there talking about this. Let's see. I had a resume that I could probably go through. Kumar says, do you have a standard document that details remediation of vulnerabilities and coordination with patching teams? Document details remediation vulnerabilities. This really varies from organization to organization. I don't have anything like this, but this is really an organizational thing that, as far as I've seen, it's different every time the way they do it. So no, I don't have anything like that, but I could very quickly find some that are out there. And I know I have a very good understanding of what you should have in there. Wow, it's a lot of positive feedback. I really appreciate everybody who watches me on a regular basis, And I really hope that you guys are successful in whatever you're trying to do. I appreciate every single comment, every single thumbs up, even the thumbs down. All of it's helpful. Appreciate it all. And everybody who's my day one people who've been watching me on this channel as it's grown, appreciate it. And I'm going to continue to create content that's free, deeper content that's not free. If you are interested in how to get in a risk management framework, if you're interested in how to write a resume that will sell you, that will get you in a position and higher levels of payment and salary, go to ConvoCourses.com. Check out my courses. If you're interested in finding remote work, if you're not satisfied with how much money you make, I'm doing pretty good. So I'm sharing the things that I have learned with you guys, and the gloves are off. I'm not holding anything back. There's no secret sauce that I'm holding back for a special day. As I learn it, I post it, and as I have time, I post it. So that's what you're getting. But anyway, I've got courses on how to find remote work, high-paying remote work, and which is really hot right now. I've got how I've been able to get technical recruiters beating down my door to the point where I have to mute them because I get too many offers. Right now, it's kind of slow because of COVID-19, but it's crazy. This stuff that I'm doing really works. This isn't just book knowledge. This is stuff that I have been using to get the jobs, to get higher pay, methods I've been using in this field to level up. And so if you go to ConvoCourses.com, you'll see it there. Let me see. Black Route says, hi, I am fairly new here. I think you're missing a letter in the link in the video. Keep up the good work. I'm missing a letter in the link probably. Okay, let's fix that right now. Let's type ConvoCourses. Yep, so this is it. This is the site you should see if you visit that link down there. And this is what you're going to see at ConvoCourses.com. Another link you could use is kind of a mouthful. It's securitycompliance.thinkific.com. So I can barely say it myself. All right, so let me see if I can fix that link while you guys are looking at these courses. These are all the courses. There's tons of free stuff here that I put out there every now and then that goes a little bit beyond what you can get on YouTube. So it's worth just signing up for free and getting on that newsletter that I release. Free stuff, discount prices, you name it. Because the name of the game for me is helping other people to get to another level. I'm trying to level this playing field that they got going on here. And I think that the way to do that is to help out each other. I don't think that that's a unreasonable thing. I'm not trying to be. I'm doing pretty good for myself. You know, there's no need for me to be greedy about it. And I think that that's kind of the problem with our system. Is just people are very self-centered and greedy and don't want to share information or think that there's like a zero-sum game thing kind of going on. You know what I mean? If that makes any sense. People think that if I hide this information, if I hoard this information for myself, then I will be able to get by. Okay, these guys are about to come in. Hold on a second.
Oh, you're recording.
I am recording. Okay, guys, that's it for this one. I got a lot of people coming in.